Guys, there were many peculiar things about this case. And the plea bargain given to BK, with nothing given in exchange, is probably the most bizarre of all. Olivia's statement during court was an indictment, not only on BK, but on the entire prosecuting team, in my opinion. Where is the knife? What was the second weapon? And I might add, who were the accomplices? I mean, you talk about a bargain. This was some bargain for BK. He should have been compelled to answer all the questions. Questions, not only from Olivia, but from all the family members. Each and every one of them. So they could have some real resolution. And he would have happily provided answers. Why? Because his life is quite the bargaining chip. That's why. Because BK wanted to live. And now, he will live relatively well. There will be book deals, movie deals, marriage proposals, and lots of money on the books. And he'll use that money to manipulate others, on the inside. And rub it in our faces, on the outside. And he'll be able to keep the bad guys at bay. Money talks in prison. He'll grant one-on-one interviews for a price. Dishing out tidbits of information, here and there, while stroking his ego, at the same time. Any income he makes should go directly to the families. But that was not a part of the bargain either. This is pathetic. If you're familiar with this channel, you know we have always believed BK had accomplices. In fact, we did one particular video about Ethan. Some of you may remember. We had a theory that Ethan was moved, post-mortem. In the video, we described how Ethan and Xana went upstairs to see where the noise was coming from. Then one perp chased them down the stairs. We said that Xana went first and made it to her room and locked the door. We also said that Ethan was attacked from behind and incapacitated in the hallway to Xana's room. Even though BK pled guilty, we continue to believe he was not alone. Some of our viewers may remember the video we did about Ethan. Our theory was that he and Xana were chased down the stairs. We believed Xana made it to her room and was able to lock the door behind her, while Ethan was attacked from behind and incapacitated in the hallway outside Xana's room. We discovered something important in the recent Moscow PD document release. Ethan was wounded from behind in the legs. There were 2 deep cuts to the back of his legs. But he was found laying flat on his back, at an angle, across the bed. His feet were hanging off one side, while his head was up against the south wall next to the bed. Those injuries were exactly what we predicted. Because remember, we said that Ethan was chased down the stairs, and attacked from behind. So, I'm not surprised about the deep slice injuries to the back of the legs. But how would he get those wounds lying on his back, in bed? Doesn't seem plausible. Again, how could Ethan get 2 deep cut wounds to the back of the legs, when lying flat on his back, across the bed? We'll repeat what we said before. We believe Ethan was attacked from behind, after he and Xana were chased down the stairs, leaving him injured and incapacitated in the hallway outside of Xana's room. So, we continue to believe, as we stated, in that previous video, that the body of Ethan was moved, post-mortem. And the deep slice wounds to the back of his legs makes that scenario very probable. You may be wondering, how could we have predicted that Ethan was wounded from behind? Well, we simply listened to the ring cam audio. That is how we knew Ethan and Xana went upstairs. We heard one perp say to another, "Go get them." And that perp chased Xana and Ethan down the stairs, wounding Ethan from behind. And that's how we knew BK had accomplices. So, there appears to be a conspiracy of silence in this case, for what reason, is beyond us. Thanks for viewing. We thought this case was over. But, because of that insane plea bargain, closure has been denied. And since questions remain, people will likely continue to seek answers, for some time into the future.